Facelift W210 front bumper and headlight removal. Model years 2000 to 2002. So these are all the tools I'm going to be using. Phillips head screwdriver. So this is recommended, but you don't need to have it, but I have a swivel ratcheting box wrench. And I also have just a standard ratcheting wrench, but you can also do this with just an open-ended wrench. But these make your life a lot easier for those two 13mm bolts. 1/4" ratchet, 1" extension and 3" extension, and an 8mm socket and a 10mm socket. And that's all you need for this job. First thing is we're going to pop the hood and put it in service position. So all you do is kind of push the hood down, press this button, and go up. So now we can work here much easier. We're going to take this little fan grill off, so it's just these little twist things. You don't need a tool for it. Just twist it, and this side's missing. So just pull up, forward and up, and that's it. Next up is these 8mm nuts on the headlights. There's 4 of them total, 2 on each side. Once those are removed, we have 2 13mm nuts right here on both sides. And I'm going to be using a 13mm ratcheting wrench. You could do this with an open-ended wrench too, but the ratcheting just makes it a little bit easier. Alright, so after those 2 nuts are removed, we're going to move on to the side. We're going to remove the reflector. So have your wheel turned or taken off, and we'll just pull the fender liner back and sneak our hand in there, and we'll feel the tab and pop it out. The bulb just twists right out, and Sidemarker is removed. So after removing the Sidemarker, there's 2 bolts left. We'll see one of them right here. And there's another one like right here on the other side facing that way. So the bolt right here is a 10mm. We better remove that. So here's the bolt removed. That's how long it is. Alright, so this next part's the hardest part. You're gonna have to stick your hand in between the fender liner and feel for the next bolt, which is right around here. So this is another 10mm. Alright, here's what that bolt looks like. It's got a washer, so it's right about there on the inside. And you can't really get a good look at it, you just gotta feel around for it. So once those 2 bolts are removed, this side of the bumper is ready to come off, but we gotta do the other side first. But just basically just gonna come down by itself. One thing I forgot to mention is after you remove the 2 10mm bolts, there is a tab right here that you push forward. This tab right here, you push forward, and that will release the anchor point from the front. So we can see that's where it attaches. So that's why we gotta release that tab. So we gotta just make sure you wiggle it out carefully. So on this side, just kind of push forward and down, and back, and that's it. It's released. So now the bumper is sagging from the sides. And all we gotta do is now pull it forward. And we just gotta be mindful of the wires to the fog lights and the temperature sensor right there. So there's 3 connectors we have to disconnect. So all we gotta do now is just pull it forward. Alright, so I have the fog lights disconnected on both sides. You can see there, but this temperature sensor is being difficult, so I just left it on. But this will give us enough access to remove the headlights. So it's going to be an 8mm bolt up here. Another nut right here. This is, I believe, a 6 or 7mm. And if you have headlight washers like this car, you get Phillips to remove it and leave it on the car so you don't have to disconnect it and make a mess with water. And another bolt right there. Alright, so we also have to disconnect the wiring to the lights. So there's a connector right here in the middle. 2 tabs you push and you pull it out. And then we got the turn signal bulb at the very top, which you can kind of see from right here. And there's one more on the side right there. Alright, next up is this 8mm on the top. After that's removed, we got the 8mm on the side. Alright, once that's removed, the last bolt holding this in is this 8mm nut right here. Alright, and once that's removed, the headlights are ready to come out. So here it is with the headlight removed. So we're ready to swap in the new ones. And here's the finished product. Swapped out the headlights, bumpers back on. Massive improvement.